Okay. Everybody relax. Relax. You're going to be just fine. I know right now you're probably going through something. Your hands are shaking. That's the caffeine and the sugar. You're having trouble going to bed at night and staying asleep. You don't eat enough steak. Eat some more steak. Eat you a real burger, why don't you? You don't got a cast iron pot. All your meals is down bad, but don't worry. Hear me and rejoice. Yes, it is I. Oh my God, where are my manners? Oh my God. It's the Six Paths Commandments. Six Paths Dice here. Mr. Lane, if you need me. Coming to you on a Sunday. Today is Sunday, 4:38 p.m. Good afternoon, everyone. Now listen, my dude Big Ward the Genius, he really come in, he come on like a voicemail from the 1990s. He starts video off like he leaving you a message, son. I think that's the point. He leaving you a message. Hold on, you know what? Let me go and get Big Ward so you know what I'm talking about. I don't, because it's the incident, right? We have technology, right? Yes, it is me. That ninja. Yo, my man Big Ward, come on, just like this, son.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Today is still Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. And I am back with another episode. My ship late coming in again today, so I'm off early. So I'm shutting it down. Probably go run some Instacart until later. If they paying, if not, I'm gonna go lay down. I ain't gonna sit out there and waste my time. Instacart.
I just want to show that jaw real quick, man. But nah, he's so consistent with that jaw. Anywho, how's everybody doing, man? Nah, so I know we ain't got to the topic yet. So I was going to combine this with my video on Michael Illiam, Jonathan Majors, and the male Jezebel spirit and all that. But we're gonna go ahead and touch on Pearl Davis and Brittney Renner. And so if y'all don't know, Brittney was on Pearl's show, Just Pearly Things. I believe sometime last year. I believe she was on the same episode as Andrew Tate. And I'm not going to play it for obvious reasons because Pearl likes to flag black content creators. JK, just kidding. But so I'm trying to think whether or not I should do an intro to the topic or I should just get into it. But you know what? Let's do a brief intro. So the title, and it might change. Title is Pearl Davis versus Brittney Renner and Why Black People Will Never Win, the Victim Olympics Trap. So in this video, right, you want to basically see really what the actual black woman and white woman dynamic actually is and what it really is between them, right? And you want to see the jealousy play out for real between them. But what I also want to point out, maybe this won't be a super long video. What I also really want to point out is the line of logic that the black women are going to use on the show, along with Brittney Renner, is the exact same logic that keeps black people in the community weak. Because we can't be strong with this mindset. Because the thing is that when Brittney, now don't get me wrong, I can't even say that Pearl started it, but what's going to go on is that they're on the show, they're on the panel together. Somehow these ladies have teamed up to do a show together. I don't know who idea it was, but it's diabolical, right? And I heard Angry Man say this. This show only kind of works or would work because Brittney Renner and Pearl is on it together. And they're so polarizing and so different, right? Brittney Renner is, really attractive woman and whatnot. She's kind of coming out of her prime a little bit. Brittney been hot since I was just coming out of college. You know what I mean? So she was one of the first girls who were famous for being pretty. you one of the first influences. I just think that Brittney over time she keeps showing that she doesn't make the best choices and she's not the smartest because she's never been able to really leverage her brand in order to actually have a sustainable career. Because Brittney Renner doesn't actually really do anything aside from kind of just be on. So I can't even tell you, just be on social media, right? And she's mostly just been famous for the guy she's been sleeping with. Now, I guess the biggest controversy was the PJ Washington case, where she had a child with that young man. And again, she's not like 100 years older than him, but she is. They are about 5-6 years apart, I believe. Right? No, I'm not. No, close to 8-9 years apart. All right. Give me a moment, guys. Cause I'm making burgers. I keep telling y'all, you will never ever be bigger than the burgers. I'll be right back. 6 fast commandments. I'm back. The burgers are flipped, and for now you're safe. But anyway, so what I want to get into is pretty much why black people, for the most part, can never win because we don't realize what a winning mindset actually is and what's relevant and what's not relevant. What you gotta understand is that a part of a man's spirit, a part of being a man is having a, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how big he is, or I don't care what you say. The ability to make a decision and the ability to stand on business. When we say defend your honor, right? When we say honorable, we say I shook on it. My word is my bond. Those all apply to men and men only, because kids and women do not make deals. But the point I'm getting to is that in our community, and this is the end result of a matriarch mindset or a community led by women. All right. Women do not, first of all, when it comes to the solution, women will always go for the easiest solution, which is complain and tell someone else about the problem. Then hopefully they'll solve the problem. It's never a woman's inclination to say, yo, I'm going to do whatever I can to help and to make things better. All right. Because you got to realize that taking risk, women are supposed to be risk averse. Okay. Or basically mean they avoid risk because, again, physically, women cannot survive certain stuff. Mentally, women cannot survive certain stuff. People carry traumas from their childhood for the rest of their life unless they make it a point to say, I'm going to let that go. If you don't make it a point to say that, or unless you're just someone who has a lot of natural optimism that goes along with your sense of who you are, right? But even then, if you don't deal with things, it will play out in other ways. So anyway, so what you want to see an exchange. There's a few things going on here. For one, you're going to see the difference in class, right? And you're also going to see the difference in how both of them prioritize time. The more successful people become, or the more serious people become, a lot of times time starts being more of a thing. All right. And the concept of being aware of time and putting things on a schedule and establishing time and place becomes more of a thing as time goes on, right? So for myself, right, the way I see time now is totally different. Now, I'll still sit on the phone with a friend of mine for an hour and a half, but it's not every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm either having a conversation with my brother or my other brother. Maybe we'll be talking. A lot of times, if my bro called me, I go ahead and leave the house and go for a walk, so I'm multitasking, so I'm not missing out on my time. You know what I'm saying? And even then, like that still can be whatever happens in that conversation can still be a big disruption. But you're going to see Brittney Renner and Pro kind of go at it. So we're going to go ahead and play the video, and I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my expert analysis. You know what I mean? 6 pass dice style. Oh, hold on now. Hold on. You see that? You know what that means, don't you? Yeah. My time is on. My soul is where it needs to be at. My heart is where it needs to be at. Are you where you need to be at? You need to be staying in your place because you ain't bigger than the burgers, beloved. I was going to stay on screen, but you know what? Y'all don't even deserve me. I'm gonna let Miss Renner talk to y'all. Go ahead.
Panel
Go ahead, baby.
pull out. Pull out. I see what we did there. So each host will pull something from the internet or socials that they would like to address with that specific host. Sounds a little messy. We're going to start with Pearl.
Sounds so messy.
We're going to start with Pearl.
I'm first?
Yes. I mean, at first, yeah.
Okay, so I saw something that you retweeted, Brittney. And it was something about and it was something about female intuition.
Okay.
And I just don't think female intuition exists. I think female intuition is terrible.
I think it's terrible in what way?
We make terrible choices as women. So people will always say, "Oh, my female intuition, I knew because of my female intuition." And yeah, I don't think it's really a thing.
Well, intuition, just simply put, is heightened awareness. And so it stems from when women were at home with children and had to be tuned into what was going on. So intuition doesn't just stop at children, it's across the board. So if you aren't tuned into your intuition, that's a you thing.
New Brittney. All right, man. Let me go ahead and jump in here for a quick second. Listen, what you're going to see happen is, and this has happened to me personally. That's what happened anytime one person is operating from the standpoint, well, for one, being mature, all right. Also, being intelligent in terms of being intelligent in ways that have been validated or can be validated by other people. So, for example, I can't be that stupid and get all A's in school. I can't be that stupid and make a lot of good choices in life. I can't be that stupid and other people tell me I'm smart. I can't be that stupid if I'm good at problem solving. Don't get me wrong. Now, I think for the most part, most human beings just sometimes don't know certain things. All right. I don't even like the concept of being stupid, but I use it for lack of a better term so we can understand what we're talking about. So what you're going to see is, again, and this represents how other races see us too. Because throughout this conversation, it becomes all about race. Even though Brittney and the girl next to Brittney are mixed heritage, they both are half white. These are both mixed race people. It becomes a conversation about privilege. But I want to touch on when Pearl says when Brittney starts speaking to intuition. Now, Pearl's point is that obviously your intuition either, well, for one, because I don't want to steal points, but the way that Angry Man broke it down, Angry Man said, if that's the definition of intuition, then this means that modern women have their intuition turned off. Because intuition is supposed to speak to your sense of danger, your sense of what's about to happen, your sense that something is wrong. So if this group of women has chosen and made the worst choices of any other group of women, are the most unhappy, the most insecure, carry the most debt, the most baby fathers, you know what I mean? If that's the case, that means that you're not using your intuition. You're obviously not using it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that it can't be there, but you're not using it. So when Brittney starts to speak, she's not speaking from the standpoint of observable reality, and this is how we have intelligent conversations. We look at observable reality and we deduce, or we come up with an idea based off of that, right? Versus what Brittney is doing, and what a lot of people do, especially black folks, especially before the Kevin Samuels era, is that we had conversations based off of how we felt or what we think things are. You know what I'm saying? So I always bring up the era of Hydroxycut, the era before YouTube fitness. Now, don't get me wrong, it made a lot of us confused. I mean, it confused me a lot, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't a decisive person. I didn't really understand the importance of eating clean all the time. And I feared and I abhorred discipline. And any plan that said I would have to wait and be patient and be uncomfortable and sacrifice, I usually didn't like that plan, even down to trying to eat carnivore and keto, which I never was full time, but I would kind of adopt the elements. But even that had its shortcomings because at the end of the day, what it comes down to is being able to tell yourself, I'm not going to eat all that. Or when you do need to eat. I mean, I'm just saying, but in general, right? I was a person who went against the plan. So I bring it up because there was an era, there was a time where people saw being in shape as a matter of you got it or you don't got it, right? You're either built that way or you're not built that way. Not necessarily about taking the time and having a dialed in diet and working out in a way that develops the body. Without fail, calisthenics and lifting weights and walking are the winning combination for having at least a strong looking body. At the end of the day, I might be a fat dude, but boy, do I got body. Nah, I'm joking. I'm just saying, but you know, I'm a big guy and whatnot, but I always had a wide back, always had shoulders, always had arms, always had legs. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you can tell that my body is strong, and that's from calisthenics and weightlifting, and I've been able to keep my weight down from what it was before, because I've probably been as high as probably 325, 330, because when I was way heavier at that, like for example, there's a video I pulled up a while back in 2018 when I was in my car doing a freestyle, and I could see how I couldn't see my neck, or I couldn't see like I could see that this was way bigger. You know what I mean? But hold on, give me a second, guys. Burgers need love. Anywho, so all right, my bad. The burgers are done. We're good. We're gonna be okay, guys. So anywho, so I'm gonna play some more of this in a second, but what I need Black folks to understand is that we have to learn how to have a conversation about things. We have to realize what matters and what does not matter. Okay, so what Pearl's going to talk about is something that's relevant, that's an issue, and it should be addressed. Brittney's going to make it about something totally different indeed. And the thing is, we have to get rid of these kind of people, especially in the Black community, or we need to shun or show disapproval for this kind of behavior in our community. Because if this keeps going on, we can't move forward, and we all can't think logically, or we laugh at logic. The other day, I heard some Black women say, "Yeah, because apparently we not filming it." Sorry, she's like, no, I'm sorry. Other day, I heard this in passing and whatnot. I heard this Black woman say, "Yeah, because we not filming it enough," and I'm like, "Yo, that's one of like your huge problems." It's not like it's just a matter of, "Oh yeah, well, Black men just said that." Like, yo, this is playing out in places when y'all travel internationally. When you're in white spaces, you got more police getting more and more aggressive with Black women. I saw a video a few years ago of a white dude trying to beat a Black woman up. And I remember at the time, I was like, oh man, somebody got to jump in and help her. I didn't even know what the context was. It's no telling what she did. All right, because every Black dude has been threatened or gotten hurt by way of proxy violence, where a Black woman starts something with you, or she gets conversational with you, and then she either threatens to go get someone, or someone actually comes and then it's up. You know what I mean? So anywho, let me go ahead and keep playing this drawing. I don't want to keep stopping it.
No. I just look at the choices we make,
We are you.
We as women. I mean, look at
What kind of choices do you make?
Okay, what kind of choice?
So at this point, right, what Brittney doesn't realize is that Pearl talks about this stuff for a living. Pearl also isn't stupid. Don't get me wrong. Levi, turn it down, please. That's too, babe. Pearl has these conversations for a living. She's been on countless panels, right? So what you're going to see, and throughout this interaction, right? Even when she's challenging Pearl, and this happens to a lot of people who are intelligent. Even when she's challenging Pearl, Pearl doesn't get upset. You know why? A few things. For one, yeah, she can be coy. Yeah, she can be kind of, a little bit condescending, I guess, right? But she knows that getting irate, first of all, she's not an angry person. Okay? And yeah, don't get me wrong, she's not necessarily like soft and dainty, feminine and whatnot, but at the same time, she knows enough, to not make herself appear to be a threat if it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that she's not putting you on the offensive right away. She's not coming at you a rah-rah. She's not coming at you trying to make you or force you to see their point. Whereas we're going to see with Brittney's going to take control of the conversation and actually not answer any of the questions or just really address Pearl's point, which is women's choices, right? And anyway, let's go ahead and play some more of this. Fair use.
Choices do you make, Brittney?
No, but you're the one who's we're talking. We're saying that females don't make good choices.
Hold on, babe. If you see me doing a video, 6 past commandments. He trying to be a part of the video. Now I be telling little one that, hey, if I'm doing the video, little one, you gotta give me a second, man, because I'm talking to y'all again. Kids gonna be kids. I'm talking to y'all, and I'm like, babe, if you start talking, because he'll just come up and start speaking. So I'm trying to get him to start saying excuse me or something, because when I'm doing these videos for y'all, I'm doing them live and it's off the dome. You know what I mean? So, and also too, he has this thing where he'll get an idea of, now I want to YouTube this, I want to YouTube that, which is cool, but it'll come at random times and he just wants to come on, he'll just come on camera. So I don't want y'all thinking I'm like mad at him or nothing like that. Levi, you want to come say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, get on camera and say hi.
Say hi.
Gotta say hi to the camera. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, buddy.
Levi, what happened this week? It was your what? Whose birthday? Whose birthday?
2.5.
Huh?
2.5.
No, so whose birthday was it? I say it was
My birthday.
Yeah, it was your birthday, right? How old are you, Levi?
9.
9 what?
9 years.
Good job. Yeah. Okay. Levi's lane coming soon. All right, man. I'm almost done. All right, we're gonna have lunch in a little bit. Okay. Just give me a little bit. Okay. Anywho, sorry, y'all. All right. Let's get back to it.
Well, look we own the majority. I have no debt, right? But women in general.
That's because you're from a rich family, girl.
In general, women.
You're from a rich family, so anytime you have no debt, girl.
Women.
So, there we go. Now, I watched the whole breakdown with Angry Man, so I have to disagree. So Angry Man was saying that maybe she shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. No, he was speaking to that point. I can't tell exactly what he said, but I know he felt like Pearl made a few missteps, right? So in that conversation, right, Pearl starts off by saying, I have no debt, but she starts to get into a point, and Brittney stops her, right? This is a social manipulation tactic when someone is getting ready to make a logical point and you stop them. You basically do a bear hug, all right? It's the same as someone getting, their eyes. They're getting warmed up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody start throwing combinations. Starting to move that head and whatnot, right? And they start to hit you with the, the first one is coming. So you shoulder and lean in, and you try to grab them. And you still getting hit. But if you want to stop them or at least delay them from punching you no more, you want to grab onto them, right? Brittney does a bear hug, all right? Because if we're fighting, if I can't win the fight and I can't fight back, the best I can do is stop you from hitting me, all right? And that's what she's doing, but it's being masked by it's seeming as though she's calling Pearl to task. Who Pearl's dad is doesn't matter. Y'all are all grown people. She's talking about the entirety of women. Because actually, the conversation wasn't about Pearl. Actually, Pearl was even saying, hey, Pearl didn't keep the conversation on her. It started with Pearl saying she thinks the idea of women's intuition basically it's non-existent. It can't exist because of the choices that we make as a whole. And she was only saying it in response to something that Brittney was saying about a woman's intuition. And when Brittney's talking about that, and again, one of the reasons why Brittney, we gotta get to a whole video about why Brittney Renner is unsuccessful. One of the main reasons she's unsuccessful is because you don't really have the intention on making the world a better place in any kind of way. You don't want anyone around you to really be happy. You know what I'm saying? You're not really a happy person, and you don't really have much of a purpose. And a lot of that, because for the most part, Brittney represents the average woman that didn't have no big opportunity or didn't make a great life for herself. Most people, men and women, most people in general, have a regular life. Most people do not accomplish a bunch of things in their life. Most people, for the most part, maybe they might have one talent if they found their talent. Everyone has a talent, but most people might have one skill that's somewhat valuable. It's not really normal for all of us to be amazing, right? But Brittney, in a lot of ways, I can't say she's a victim of her hotness. But listen, Brittney is a real cute girl. She's the last of the Mohicans. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is the last example of someone who's pretty attractive, and they're like actually attractive, and they're not just attractive because they have on a bunch of makeup or they have a fake body and stuff like that. This is a genuine article, and this is how like a real beautiful girl like actually looks. But what Brittney hasn't messed up at is that you were lucky to be here. You don't actually bring anything to the world because you're not working on anything. You don't really have you don't have a skill. You don't have a talent. For the most part, your only talent is your looks. And Angry Man made an interesting point about someone like Brittney needs to be on reality TV. All right. That's where someone like her could shine, because really Brittney Renner is really someone who could have been on the Bad Girls Club or should have been on the Bad Girls Club. You understand? Not someone who can have conversations that are worth listening to and looking at. If anything, she proves the validity of these conversations. You know what I'm saying? About how delusional modern women can be. All right. And we got to be aware of this stuff in our regular lives where, for one, that's what I heard Crimson say. The truth will always cause division. All right. And the truth will always be gut-wrenching and hurtful and mean to people who don't want to hear it, or people who want to live in delusion or want to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, now I don't do it as much anymore, and I need to get back to it. But like, yo, like, it took me years to realize that a lot of different things my body don't jive with. Now, I guess my digestion is so much better now, so I can have ice cream and milk and bread and all these type of things, and still be as mobile. Now, I'm not as loose as I would be with if I when I cut that stuff all the way down, because again, it builds up inflammation in the body, and that's what makes the body feel stiff, and you don't feel as mobile, you don't feel as agile, and basically the blood is not flowing as good as it could. You know what I mean? But or not even that. I always knew I was big, right? But using words like big and not fat, you know what I mean? It stopped me from being as motivated to really look at what can I do. Also, I never even looked at my weight. I never knew. I always wish I knew how much I weighed in different eras of my life, because I only would weigh myself here and there. And every time I weighed myself, it was always more than it was last time. You know what I mean? Which can be discouraging, but that's a loser mindset, right? And then, being as I was always a handsome cat and always pretty well dressed, had a good personality, I still always got female attention. I actually always got a lot of female attention, honestly. Which made me more comfortable being big. But had I said, yo, there's a weight that I look great at, and that's the weight I want to stay at. You know what I mean? Now, over the years, I would say I'm going to lose as much weight and everything, but I never had an actual plan for losing weight, which is why I didn't really lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Well, I will lose weight every year around a certain time and then gain it back by the fall. Usually between like March and June, I will lose weight, rather than saying, all right, what exactly is the issue, and have you exhausted everything? You know what I mean? And it wasn't until I started doing basically walking a few times a day. Then a few years later, I got a step tracker and I started to track my steps. And I started making sure that I got around 10,000 steps at least 5 days a week. So now, for the most part, especially when it's nice out, I get between 10 and 15,000 at least 5 days a week. Now I'm back to doing Instacart again and whatnot. So until the YouTube pick up, I might do a little Instacart, do a little something strange for people to change. Matter of fact, we want to do a video on Instacart too, and what I learned about modern women from Instacart. Anywho, so let's go ahead and get back to the video, man.
In general, have a
congratulations. Women like you don't get a fish don't get applauded.
I know,
for
I'm
swimming.
lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you,
But,
and what I'm also going to say about that is now again they're arguing because now mind you, Pearl coming from privilege has nothing to do with the broader conversation, because what Pearl is still saying is still relevant. Women's spending has always been a problem across space and time since women could spend money. Spending money has been a problem, okay? Or budgeting or making good choices with money could be, it has always been a problem, right? And again, like I said before, you're seeing why Black people can't make it or not going to make it. You know what I mean? Especially without strong male leadership. I don't know what happened to Brittney Daddy, but again, also too, you seeing a person that's complete and Pearl, even though Pearl has her ways, you know what I'm saying? I think that when she had that boy on her show, she shouldn't admit that, hey, I want to get into right-wing media. I'm a conservative. This is what I'm about and everything, so forth and so on. You know what I mean? You did get popping off of a Black audience, primarily and Black panelists and Black content creators. So, and also Pearl tried to get them into a slave contract, which, don't get me wrong, I understand getting your bread, but when someone looks at an agreement that you've given them and off rip, just reading it, it just sounds bad. Fam, I'm not a fan of anyone who does bad business, but I just want to make sure I put that disclaimer out there so we understand, you know, what we're looking at and, you know, and what my stance is on Beloved. But what you're also hearing, that you're hearing her father speak through her as well. Women who have their father, if they respect it, that's another thing too. Pearl, and who knows, she may have a moments and whatnot with her dad, but overall, she respects her father. Overall, you have never seen one video of her getting crazy with any man or talking crazy to any man, whether he's Black or white, talking crazy or talking slick or telling him he can get. You don't got one clip of her doing that. Why? Because she realizes, yo, that's not going to do anything for me. Also, it does, again, it's just bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? If anything, yeah, you know, Pearl can be, you know, a little again coy and a little bit sneaky. You know what I'm saying? But you seeing a difference in class. Brittney's not, because and another thing too is the way Brittney sees Pearl. She doesn't see that within a couple of years, Pearl has become one of the top content creators within 3 or 4 years. And not only that, the girl has made a career for herself on YouTube. Now, she's probably going to have to change content soon, but she still was able to get a very big following, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube and really work her ass off. Okay? So it's interesting to hear how Pearl is obviously a way harder worker than Brittney is. Actually puts way more effort into just being on YouTube than Brittney. But Brittney is trying to make a point that everything has been easy for you because you have money. But the thing is that we have the same 24 hours in a day. You can't never get nowhere if you're caught up in what someone else has going for them. The relationship that Black folks have with white folks is a very, very weird one, where we get caught up on the setting that they play on and realizing, again, that's why you need male leadership, because a part of male leadership is overcoming in a way that is victorious, in a way that everyone benefits, but also overcoming requires sacrifice and long-term thinking, understanding that I'm going to do this now for my future and the future of my family. And not enough of us are thinking about the future of your family. What's that going to be like? What are you doing for them? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, my family telling me that I can go to school and going, that used to be a thing. Whether or not you can make it in school. And honestly, some people still don't need to be in college. But that was a thing. Whether or not you can make it in school. Right? Or you can go to school. But I remember my aunt coming to the house to talk to me because I was saying I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to college, and I wasn't really moving my feet on it, right? And one of the best things that happened to me was some adults making sure I got into school, all right? Now, me finishing, that was a whole different thing, right? But shout out to my grandmother, my mother, my father, my aunt, everyone who was a part of that journey, all right? Because that's how I got started. Next was my training in the SGI, you know what I'm saying, in my Buddhist practice. And being in the young men's program called a Gajukai Soka Group, which was the best thing that could have happened to me because that's why I learned self-correction, all right, which gave me the tools for times like now. And look, and that training is what makes me want to do the work I do today. Where the purpose of my channel, in case y'all don't know, is I'm here to help you improve your communication because the same voice you think with is the same voice you talk with. Same logic you think with is the same logic you talk with. So if I can improve your communication, I can improve your logic and I can make you more logical. And then from there, I can get you to do more self-correction. And then from there, I can get you to improve your relationships to people, places, and things. And then from there, I can try to grow the hell up and I can go on the Bath and Body Works and catch me a sale, beloved. You understand? You see my shoulders? I'm gonna see it again. Matter of fact, hold on, y'all. Scent of the day. First sight. This drawing right here might be one of my favorite scents of the year. Okay? You understand? Because earlier, you already know that Big Daddy had to treat himself. Because I don't know what kind of year Bath and Body Works is having. I have never seen this many poor man sales in my life. So I took advantage. And it's the cologne right here. Don't get me wrong, Bath and Body Works is affordable cologne, ain't nothing expensive. But I enjoy these scents, all right? And 6 Pabst Dice approves of these Johns, and here we go. No, I'm not gonna do the 8 sprays because I gotta use this in real life. So we're gonna pretend 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, because I'll be spraying this joint all day. I'm trying to make these joints last a good while, or maybe not because I'm gonna be getting to the YouTube bag in a little bit with your help. And if you with me right now, listen. Please like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. That shit says woodsy, fresh, memorable. I like this scent a whole lot. It's probably gonna be going because I ain't gonna lie, it's a bit of a feminine scent, like it's got as a let me tell you the notes on it. It blends notes of an Italian bergamot. I don't know what that is. Rich woods. That better be woods in like the forest. You know what I mean? And sugared musk. I don't know what the hell that is. Shout out to J. Cole, but it smells amazing. So they had a little sale at Bath and Body Works this weekend, 40% off the whole store. They're gonna give me they're gonna give me some rewards and whatnot. How you want to? First of all, if you want to tell me I could buy soap, tell me I could buy soap or a candle. Let me have me think that I'll give me a lotion or a cologne or something like that. That's just nasty work, man. I don't deserve that. You understand? What was crazy was the items I picked up, they was on sale. But anyway, don't I don't want you to worry about that. Don't worry about that. All right, man. Let's go ahead and stay on task, man.
So why lead with that? So why lead with that? So why lead with that?
For an example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
Girl, okay. Let me tell you what
let's talk about
what we're not going to do because you have a history of doing this because I'm familiar with you. Okay, girl, what you like to do is you like to say these really stupid fucking comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back and then you're like, You think you're so smart. You have this fucking smug ass look on your face. And then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then you can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight. And I don't know, as a female.
Gaslight?
Like, no. Yeah, do you know what that word means?
You guys use it for everything.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny about using you guys is seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina.
Okay.
Because I feel like.
So, also, this exchange right here, this is how the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef has been. So I'm actually going to do, I'm trying to think of another video I could do about K-Dot and Drake. Because, yo, I get the most comments on those videos, right? And they're all nasty comments towards me for making the video, right? Let me tell you something. Whenever someone can't, if someone can't respect your argument, they have to be able to prove why it's not right with observable reality or at least anecdotal experience, something besides, because what Brittney is doing is she's setting up the framework, the foundation for her argument. A part of the foundation for her argument is that you're a crappy person, you're phony. It's kind of like the gamut that women run through when they want to hold, I can't even say hold other women accountable. What's about to happen here is Brittney, her issue is, well, for one, Brittney is jealous of the fact that she's not as smart as Pearl or as educated as Pearl. She hasn't done the same work that Pearl has done. She also feels like I'm way prettier and attractive than Pearl, but she still has more than me. And in her mind, don't get me wrong, again, Brittney obviously has a losing mindset or a loser mindset because, again, she's not able to figure out life for herself. Because also, too, this behavior is not how happy people act. When people are happy, they don't want to transfer the feeling of anger and anguish and try to make other people feel bad. If someone's motivated, more than likely they want to motivate other people. When someone is having a good day, they want other people to have a good day. If someone knows a great recipe for a funnel cake, they're going to give someone else a great recipe for a funnel cake. It is not normal for someone to attack someone based off of something they're not even saying about you. Because what Brittany's trying to say is she's trying to make it seem as though for the people watching is that, look, she's against black women. She's against women. All right. And again, and she's trying to activate the hive mindset, which is, yo, no one can have a different opinion. And black folks have to also let go of that too. Feeling as though other people can't have a different opinion and a different way of seeing things. So we all got to think exactly the same, whether it's right or not. That has to stop. Because look where it's getting us. Because it gets us to focus on things that don't actually matter. Babe, turn it down, please. It gets us to focus on things that don't actually matter. So I'm going to play a little bit more.
There's like a man on the panel.
Okay, and what's feminine about you, Brittney?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on.
And what Pearl doesn't understand is that, and I felt, I'm sorry. Let me bring it back so you can see it face. Fair use.
Okay, and what's feminine about you, Brittney?
Everything is. Honestly, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina.
Okay.
So when Brittney says that, what she's saying is that because you don't think like the hyenas, because you don't think exactly like us, or you don't move in a way that's going to make you unsuccessful, that you are an enemy, because you are trying to have, at least trying to do things that make sense, and you like to have conversations that make some kind of sense. I'm not saying everything Pearl says and does is great. I'm just saying in this context right here, it's a valid point. It's a valid conversation to have. All right. And what you're seeing is the terrible communication skills. Because again, Brittney mostly wants to get her feelings off. Let me tell you something else. People with strong feelings for you see you and have strong reactions. She also is doing this because she represents the white privilege that she can't really access the same way that Pearl can. Her having a white mother and father, she is white. Brittney is also white. She's white and black, but it will never be the same. Also, she doesn't have access to white men the way that Pearl would have access to white men. You know what I'm saying? And again, women who are really attractive, especially if that's all they got, they're deeply insecure, and they always lean back to being prettier than other girls and not thinking about anything else. What other qualities do you have that actually mean anything? All right, because also, I can't even say that Pearl's existence invalidates Brittney, because Brittney has been famous forever. Brittney has the opportunities to do something. There's no reason why we don't have Brittney Renner TV. Brittney Renner can do any kind of content. People watch Brittney Renner eat. I'm like, listen, if all else fails, just do content eating food. That's all you got to do. Just do content eating food. Do content going on trips and whatnot, hanging out. Just be cute. Don't give no opinions. And it's another reason why famous people famously did not give their political opinions about everything, because like, yo, it may ruin the image, or you may say the wrong thing. It's very much a thing. And all you see is people who have no talent and have no reason, no business being famous. And I heard a lady make this point too about, I hate how the internet makes everyone famous, right? And again, Brittney is someone that does not really need to be famous, but here you are. And every time this woman she gets on camera, she kind of always makes us. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. If Brittney wasn't so pretty, would the stuff she say sound dumber? I'm saying, like, how would it sound? Like, how exactly would it look if she wasn't so attractive when she says these things? I think it would stand out a whole lot more, and it would hit more of a, I won't say a sore spot, but basically it would sound worse. All right. But anywho, let me let this play out a little bit. I gotta get something real quick. Fair use. I'm gonna let it play, then we're gonna finish up.
Because I feel like there's like a man on the panel.
Okay, what's feminine about you, Brittney?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on. Like, I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you
I said,
when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt.
I don't know.
As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
You asked
What have you actually earned for yourself?
Brittney, you asked me. I'm saying in general, women own the majority of debt. We don't make great choices. Girl. If we look at who we pick, let's look at romantic decisions. Women don't make very good romantic decisions in general.
There's a point that needs to be made, though, and that's the fact that what I heard Brittney say earlier was she's talking about people who have there's a deep heightened intuition. And I think where the conversation is splitting is the fact that you're actually talking about people who don't have that, who have it turned off, who are disconnected
like her
from their intuition, who don't make poor decisions. We make poor decisions. Like when we actually go down to the root of why it is that we make these poor decisions, there's layers and layers and layers and layers to it. And more of it is going to come from just like the science and backing that you kind of put into collective bundles that ultimately just come from who? The white man you were raised by. So when it comes, so when
that's the reason that she doesn't have any debt.
I'm just saying.
You asked for.
So that's not you making a decision. That's you being born into white privilege. And we need you to acknowledge that. So that's not a decision that you made. That is the way you came into this. And honestly, girl, you're a family of like 9 or 10. Like all that. That's how your dad set you up. So there are things that you genuinely did not have to experience.
Right.
You don't fucking know. You get to sit there again. So you don't even have to make any decisions. You're the same person. You are the same person that the last time I saw you accidentally. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. And you get to go. You're the same person who accidentally spent $50,000 and your dad was able to pay it off on your credit card. Yes, you did. When you spent.
I didn't actually.
You're the one who said an accident. I spent over my limit. That's what you said. That's what you said. So again.
Hold on, real quick. Again, what Pearl should have did as soon as she seen, I think all is nothing to about timing in class, right? And again, I'm not saying Pearl's no perfect person, but as soon as it started to get confrontational like that, I think a part of it was that she didn't want to back down right away. I think she knew it was going left, but it wouldn't have looked good if she would have got up right away, right? But you also heard the young lady saying so many words that you're using white man's data for your talking points. And also she's saying that the reasons why women make these decisions is a very layered reason. It's not layered. It's not layered. Okay, what the reason why you max out your credit card is not layered. You wanted to buy shit with it. You're not maxing your credit card out so that for any kind of investment, for anything. No, women max their credit cards out. Listen, my ex, I used to try to figure out and understand how you be going places. No, her method for her lifestyle was to continuously max out her credit card or use her credit card when going on trips. Guys, I'm just trying to understand, like, yo, if you be needing extra money and stuff like that, and this and that, then how? I'm like, and when she would go on these trips and everything, it wasn't like she was going with $1,000 in spending money. She was going just to go and using the credit card. And don't get me wrong, use it for what you want to use it for. She kept up with it for as far as I know, but it wasn't like money she had on hand. And nothing wrong with using credit. But what I'm saying is that the girl on the left, the woman in the black, she also proves how much black people don't see what's wrong with how we communicate. She's crashing out versus white girl. Because the thing is, if you're telling the truth, right, and you're being honest, it shouldn't matter what race of the person who was watching, bless you, how they're going to hear it, right? If you're making sense. What the girl in the black does is try to back her up, and she's not necessarily taking the side, but what she should have been doing was helping Brittney not humiliate herself. And maybe because the other girl doesn't realize how wrong she is and how wrong she is going about this stuff. And on top of that, saying to someone that the data is one thing if you can prove the data that they're using. She didn't say black women own the most debt. She said women own the most debt. And she basically saying, in so many words, she's saying, you love to like quote facts and data, and we're not doing that over here. We want to talk about our feelings and what works for us, and whatever line of logic says, I don't have to do any work, or whatever line of logic says it's someone else's fault, because saying that the problem is layered is basically saying that it's not all me. It's not all my fault. It's not all my fault. All right. I'm let the last bit play. Then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Somehow spend an hour with y'all, and I'm supposed to be having my dinner.
And unreal. That's what you said.
Can I?
That's what you said.
Can I?
The last time that I saw you. Yeah. So again, we're going back to your girl. What the shit that comes? That's what I'm saying. The shit that comes out of your mouth.
This is genuine anger. She's genuinely upset with this girl.
Literally just say whatever.
What are you, why are you excuse that over?
Because honestly, you're fucking delusional.
Brittney.
Brittney, go ahead.
Brittney, I just think there's one thing. I think there's one thing that we have to say. If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude. I don't.
So at that point, what just happened was obviously whatever interactions went on between Pearl and these girls beforehand, it wasn't as obvious that there was a problem. Pearl is genuinely hurt because they ganged up on her. No one tried. First of all, it's never appropriate to start yelling and cursing at someone because y'all disagree, especially when y'all working together. And it's on camera. She's trying to humiliate the girl. That's another thing that goes on in the black community where black women feel like they can humiliate anyone. When someone yells and curses at you and berates you in public, that is a form of humiliation, because if it was a man doing it to another man, you'd be like, oh, shit, they getting ready to fight. Oh, my God. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. When Pearl got up, you know what I'm saying, you got to see, man, that is a big girl. And another thing too, Pearl an athlete, man. I don't, man. Listen, Pearl do okay, get physical with most y'all. Like Pearl in shape, so I gotta go play volleyball. I don't, and Brittney like 5'2", man. I don't. That's wild. Anyway, that's another thing. But we're gonna close out with this, man. So with this conversation right here, for one, if you have a problem with someone that's that deep, because let me tell you something else. When someone deals with you that way, they have a deep vitriol towards you. They have deep feelings towards you. It doesn't come out of thin air. It's not because you caught them on a bad day. That's how they genuinely feel about you. All right. It's not, you're not, because the whole conversation was inappropriate, but it was about getting these feelings off that she's always had. And again, and also she resents her progress. She resents her upbringing. She resents her access to white privilege. But the thing is, when black people come together, because again, none of that matters when we have a black woman and a black man that's doing what they got to do for the family. But as long as you have a selfish mindset, selfish also means being too caught up in what you only can accomplish by yourself. When I started to understand that everything don't got to be me, I'm able to accomplish more. So in the SGI, we have goals towards how many people we introduce to Buddhism and different campaigns where we're trying to get people more involved and get the members and support the members and stuff like that. Get the members out to meetings and support the members and ultimately getting benefit. Benefit is when you accomplish something through your Buddhist practice that you thought was impossible or you've been praying for. That is the main goal in the SGI organization. When we have these goals, when I was younger, I would overthink to the point where I would find myself not really doing anything because I didn't believe that I could be a part of the success of the organization. Not thinking, well, let me at least try. Let me just do my part, right? All right. So and that's when I thought more selfishly. I thought about myself more. You know what I mean? And not thinking about just make the effort, man. Just try. Black folks show we can't be crashing out with especially with our white counterparts. If that was a panel of black men and a black guy started getting all crazy like that, somebody gonna stop it just for the sake of we ain't trying to have nobody crashing out on camera because it's not good for the group, beloved. You understand? So anywho, we almost an hour in. Like, share, subscribe. Love y'all. Peace. Be safe. I'm gonna see y'all later. Man, try your best, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. All right. Keep making the effort. Keep doing the work. Shout out to Jocko Willink, man. One of the things I heard him say a long time ago was, stay on the path. Stay on the path. As long as it's a path to something good, stay on your path. Do good things and do good things for yourself and other people. All right? Because that's a part of what keeps the world going. Is nice things we do for other people and hard work. All right, cause and effect. But anyway, I enjoyed talking to y'all, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon.